Education transformed not just myself, but my whole family. And I tell that to my students all the time. Growing up, we were always getting evicted from apartments. We would be in motels for 6 months at a time. But my mom always said, you know what? They could take away our house, but they can't take away your education. They can't take away your knowledge. So you push yourself, mija. Whatever you go through, just keep pushing.
So I grew up in East Hollywood. My mother cleaned houses most of my life. I remember being able to see some of the discrepancies between the neighborhood that I lived in and some of the neighborhoods where my mother was employed. My life is drastically different than the life that I grew up with and most of the people in my family. I was the first person in my family to graduate from high school and go on to college. I graduated from UCLA in 2006. I then joined Teach for America and I taught 7th grade math science here at Camino Nuevo.
My students, they're putting up a fight every day. We have one of the highest gang rates here in Los Angeles. There's a lot of substance abuse. I have a lot in foster homes. These are students that are going through the same struggles I went through growing up. And the fact that I could be their teacher is just proof for them that they could push themselves and they could reach something that they believe in.
We work in a community that is the poorest zip code in the county of Los Angeles. What the research says is that you can actually reverse the negative impacts of the stresses of poverty,
but it takes deep relationships with the students and a culture of positivity.
When I think of the Teach for America alums, what they all have in common is just an enduring belief in the potential that each child has, and that families are really valuable to education.
I hire Teach for America teachers because they come in prepared. They come in with the pedagogical and content knowledge that's needed to really move our school in the direction in which we want it to go. 2 years ago, we hired 12 Teach for America teachers, and our test scores in science as a whole increased 4% last year. And what was more significant is the fact that we moved about 10% of the students who were far below basic to basic and above, which is remarkable progress.
Last year, as far as CST scores, the special ed department alone went up 71 points.
We've had a 92% reduction in days and suspensions. Referrals have been cut in half since last year. We have seen evidence in classrooms across America that the #1 predictor of how much a student will achieve is the quality of the adult standing in front of them.
Organizations like Teach for America are preparing our future leaders, helping us with closing that achievement gap that currently exists between African American and Latino and white students.
As educators, we can't close this achievement gap alone. We need advocates from all sectors of society. This is the civil rights issue of our time. And I know that people in Teach for America will not rest, and that I'm not going to rest until all children are provided with an excellent education.